So binkan hada, which is sensitive skin in Japanese, for various reasons, like it has a weakened skin barrier, and that leads to what again was mentioned earlier: itchiness, redness, and stinging. Be your best, you can do it, be your best. Bio means beauty in Japanese. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hello, and if you're coming back, thank you. So today I'm actually going to go over a topic that I've been asked about before in the comments, and that is products in Japan that either don't have alcohol or fragrance. We're going to go into that, but before that, let me introduce myself. So my name is Laura, and I've been living in Japan for 10 years. Last year in May, I passed the Japanese cosmetic license test. Basically, that means I studied this in Japanese. My reason for passing the test was so that I could hopefully use this information to help you be your best. So before we get into the video, I do have a YesStyle code, so if you're interested in purchasing any products and you don't have any other creator that you're going to use their code, you can feel free to use my code. I don't know why I'm doing this, but here we go. It's down this one. You can click on the link down below. My code is BOBEST9. You can get a little bit of kickback. I can get a little bit of savings. Okay, so let's get into today's video. Okay, so why wouldn't you want your products to smell fabulous? So long story short, fragrance can be an irritant for some people with sensitive skin. And next we have what makes sensitive skin. So this is actually pretty interesting because there isn't like a set in stone definition of what sensitive skin is. Like Dr. Maxfield, who is an American dermatologist from the channel Doc, he put it like this. So you experience negative symptoms when other people wouldn't, and then he gives examples of what that looks like, being itching, burning, stinging, etc. Dr. Kobayashi, who is a Japanese dermatologist, said basically the same thing, and that there's no igaku yogo or medical terminology for sensitive skin. It's usually a state of your skin in response to using skincare products, and it's often subjective and left up to jikaku shoujo, or again, subjective symptoms. So does this mean it's all in my mind and there's nothing we can do about it? I'm just imagining everything. And the answer is not entirely. Dr. Kobayashi mentions that generally speaking, if you have sensitive skin, then your skin barrier is most likely compromised. So according to this article by Daiichi Sankyo, which is a large Japanese drug manufacturer, and they also make some skincare products. So binkan hada, which is sensitive skin, is sensitive for various reasons. So binkan hada, which is sensitive skin in Japanese, for various reasons, like it has a weakened skin barrier, and that leads to what again was mentioned earlier: itchiness, redness, and stinging when it gets stimulated, or essentially like what that usually means is when you put something on your skin. So in the article, they also mentioned that the hyohi, or the topmost layer of the skin, is built essentially to protect us from the outside world. And those protective barriers come in the forms of things like amino acids in the skin cells that are lined up, like they're like bricks on the wall. You know that song? That reference is getting really old. Okay, so as well as the saibokan shishitsu, or the fatty, I'm saying the same thing, the fatty liquid in between those cells that keep the cells together and that help to keep the moisture inside the skin. So basically, less of this often leads to more of this. So I actually have a video here that talks about products that have amino acids and ceramides, and 2 brands in specific that are marketed for sensitive skin. Today I'll go over some brands and products that are not in that video. So first up, starting with no alcohol products. So the first brand that has a lot of products that don't have alcohol is Chifure. So this brand is actually a makeup brand, but they have quite a couple of skincare products as well. So they have quite a couple of products without alcohol, and they make it easy to know because right on the front of the packaging, they write non-alcohol in text, which means non-alcohol. Like for their nueki or their emulsions, 4 out of the 5 products, they don't have alcohol. And then for their kishosui or their toners, 7 out of the 9 products don't have alcohol in them. They even have this cream that's supposed to help with hyperpigmentation, skin brightening, and it does not have alcohol. So the active ingredients in this are vitamin C and arbutin or arbutin. And I've seen derms, people like our boy Kazunosuke mentioned that people with sensitive skin, they might be sensitive to vitamin C, so do keep that in mind. Also, a word of note, vitamin C derivatives generally, I think he said, tend to be like not as stimulating as like pure ascorbic acid, which is pure form of vitamin C, but it's a potential, you know, like vitamin C could potentially irritate people with sensitive skin. And also arbutin is, I think, a derivative of hydroquinone, which is a no-go when you're pregnant. So all of that to say that just because a product doesn't have alcohol doesn't mean that other ingredients might not be potential irritants for your skin, or might not be something, you know, like there's always something. Essentially, we're just surrounded by traps. Just keep that in mind. But it's good to know that you've got non-alcohol options for different people with different kind of skin worries that they're trying to work on. So in addition to having a lot of non-alcohol friendly options, This brand's products are also actually really affordable. For example, the high moisture type toner is only 770 yen as listed on the official website for 180 milliliters. Even the toner with tranexamic acid is listed as being for 1,100 yen for 180 milliliters, and the one specifically formulated for sensitive skin is 1,430 yen. Another nice thing about this brand is that it's pretty easy to find inside Japan, since you can find it in most drugstores and you visit, and they also even have it in Don Quijote. And I checked YesStyle as well, and to my surprise, they had it. I have never tried any of the Chifure skincare products, but I think want to try I don't have sensitive skin, but I'm interested in trying the sensitive skin product and some of their, not the non-alcohol ones. I don't have a problem with non-alcohol products, but there are other products that they have that I'm more interested in trying. So when I do that, I'll share with you guys. So the next brand with no alcohol is Naturie. So this brand, actually, they renewed their products, I think in 2022. So before that, they did have alcohol in the formula, but they heard the voices of the people and now they are alcohol free. By the way, Tina Tanaka Harris, I think she tried all of their products. No, I know she tried all her products. I watched all her videos and talks about this brand a lot. And she has actually also done a deep dive about this brand. So I'm going to leave the link to that down below. Anyway, just as a quick overview of sorts, this brand really focuses on moisturizing the skin. And as we discussed earlier, our skin has this barrier that it uses to keep moisture in and allergens and stuff out. And then Hatomugi ekisu, also known as Job's tears, is rich in amino acid, which helps to keep our skin very strong, like the walls of Jericho. Which, speaking of Hatomugi ekisu, this is actually not related to this video, but I went to, there's this there's this thing called Cosmetics Week, and it's just like they have a big expo. It's like if you've ever seen the Tokyo Game Show, like that, but think of like the same thing basically, but for beauty. So they just have a bunch of booths and then they have people introducing ingredients. The reason why I bring that up is because there was a booth that was talking about, it wasn't fermented, it was like sprouted Hatomugi extract, and they were talking about how in addition, so the sprouted Hatomugi extract compared to regular Hatomugi, and they were talking about how in comparison to the other one, it also has, in addition to the moisturizing with the amino acid, it also had effects to help with turnover, which is, you know, the turning of the skin cells from when they get created to when they fall off of our skin to their imminent death. But then that they're because they die, we stay young. I don't know. I tried to make a because he lives reference that did not go. Anyway, so I'm gonna do a video about that, and it's very interesting. I think it's very interesting. Maybe it's not that interesting, but anyway. Getting back on topic. So in addition, for the toner, the formula is super simple, featuring just these ingredients here. And something else that I think is really nice is the fact that the brand only has 3 products. Legit, they got a toner, they got an emulsion, and they got a creamer, like a gel. And I think it's nice because while it is nice to have options, I think it's also easy sometimes to get overwhelmed with the amount of different types of options. Like some brands, for example, Shiseido, they have like even within their toners, they'll be like toner 1, 2, and 3. So it's just a toner. It's not even a different type of product, but within that one product, they give you 3 different types of textures. So you can just get wrinkles thinking about it, even though you're using, that's a marketing ploy, because if they're giving you wrinkles by you worrying about which product is best for your skin, then you just get more wrinkles that you need to battle with their products. That's it. The mystery is solved. So anyway, I think having options is great, but keeping it simple can be great too. And I believe that all of their products are less than 1,000 yen when purchasing it within Japan. Also, the bottle for the toner is like 500 milliliters, and that's gonna last you for quite some time. Like, I haven't used any of the Naturie products before, but mostly out of Defiance, admittedly, because it's so popular. But I did use the Kikumasamune, this toner that I've talked about in multiple videos now, and I used it for like 6 months. That was also 500 milliliters. Yeah, it was around the same price point. I would use 2 pumps in the morning and in the evening in the latter half of 2024, and it's over there, my boy. I love you, I miss you, God bless, be your best. So in addition to not having alcohol, this product also does not contain fragrance, which brings me to the next section. Moo. So the next brand is Cow brand, and this brand I would say is famous for their Mutenka advertisement, which Mutenka means that they have no additives. So the things that they toot or say that they don't have are colorings, fragrance, preservatives, or alcohol. And I'm gonna call them out a little bit here on their humble doo-doo. Like, I'm not calling them out in a bad way, and I'm gonna slap a big old supposedly, allegedly on this. But while this product says that it's free of preservatives, which is Bofuzai free, Bofuzai is preservatives, and then free is free. But if the product doesn't have any preservatives, and I'm not just talking about the cow brand products, but any products, if any products don't have preservatives, then what's going to keep it from going mold and getting old in the bottle that we can't see? Especially if you keep it in your shower, which tends to be warm and wet. That's the perfect breeding ground for all kinds of nasty wassies. So this is a little secret, and we're gonna take a quick detour. We've detoured a lot. This has been a wild Mario Kart episode, but we're gonna take a quick detour from the main course. So products need to have preservatives in order to keep them from going bad and doing more harm than good when you put them on your face. So how can they do this without using things like parabens, which is a well-known preservative, but people are like, oh my gosh, I don't want preservatives in my parabens in my product. Or phenoxyethanol, I think is how you read it in English. So as mentioned in this video by Wakuta Shinobu, who has a YouTube channel where he introduces products for people with atopic dermatitis and sensitive skin, and he said essentially if you don't use parabens or phenoxyethanol, since you need a preservative system, then formulators, manufacturers will try to get the same level of preservation by, for example, using moisturizing ingredients that also have preservative functions that prevent the growth of bacteria. So this can lead to a reaction for some people with sensitive skin, because had they used parabens, they would have been able to use like a less amount of preservatives. But in order to get that paraben-free label sticker, then they have to use higher concentrations of different ingredients. A famous example, for example, would be BG, and I think DPG are moisturizing ingredients that also have preservative properties or antibacterial properties, one of those two. And so the more you have of an ingredient, the higher concentration of something, the higher the potential of it irritating somebody out there in the world. So the only reason that I mention this is because that other creator, Wakuta Shinobu-san, he said that consumers tend to think that if you have a preservative-free label, that just means that you won't get affected by a product, when this is necessarily not the case. So this is purely for information. I'm not bashing the companies. Please don't sue me. I legitimately have but 2 cents to my name. Anyway, back to the brand, and they are kind of in between Naturie and Chifure in terms of selection. They have more products than Naturie, but they definitely have a lot less than Chifure. And the prices are also more reasonable, with all the products being under 2,000 yen and most, if not all, of the cleansers under 1,000 yen. So I've tried 2 of their products, the oil cleanser and the milk cleanser. And the milk cleanser I reviewed in this video here, where I ranked all of the cleansers that I've used up until that point. And at the time I said I would try again, but now I would say I would buy again. Like 10 out of 10. And then the oil cleanser for me though, it was nothing special personally. So like that one is nice because it's affordable, but like it's not on my radar of like I'm gonna repurchase at this moment. With that on, we're gonna move on to the next brand, which is Cezanne. So Cezanne, just like Chifure, is a makeup brand that also has some skincare products. They do have quite a couple of products that are labeled as mukoryo or fragrance free. The website says that it's also free of alcohol, fragrance, colorings, and mineral oil. So what's wild is that this toner right here is 750 yen, but it also has hatomugi extract or job tears, amino acids, person-shaped ceramides, and it comes in a 500 milliliter bottle. So this one, while not having fragrance, it does have various extracts like rosemary leaf extract, soybean seed extract, and at first glance it might seem like, oh no, rosemary leaf extract is the fragrance, they lied to me. And I mean, maybe, but I'm pretty sure that those extracts, my theory, I'm not a cosmetic chemist, but just based on, I don't think that they would lie to me, I don't know, but I think that those ingredients have different functions in the bottle, but that's just something to be aware of. But yeah, as I'm sure you've seen throughout this video, like it's kind of hard to find a product that's completely devoid of any and all allergens. Like just the perfect product is not out there. So live your life, be your best, do what you can do with what you have, you feel me? Oh yeah, so sometimes it feels like kind of like this picture. Choose your character. So aside from the ceramide skin conditioner, they also have a hatomugi extract toner that they recommend for normal to oily skin, while the pink one is recommended for dry to normal skin. All of their toners, the one emulsion that they have, and then these 2 aging care products that they have are all free of fragrance. And then they have another toner that is made using heart leaf. I said heart leaf, not heartbeat. Heart leaf extract, which is the same thing that is in the super viral Anua heart leaf toner. And then all of their products are pretty affordable. I think most, if not all of them, are coming under like 1,000 yen within Japan. So just like Chifure, you can find them in most drugstores in Japan, but you cannot find it in Donki. Cezanne is not a brand that you can find in Donki. Also, Can Make is not a brand that you can find in Don Quijote. You're gonna have to go to drugstores for that. And they're also on YesStyle, so there you go. I would say that they're really expensive on YesStyle though, so unless you have an immediate need of this specific toner and you can only get it on YesStyle and you can't find it on anywhere else for cheaper, I would say hold off. Like if you have a friend that's going to Japan later, or if you're gonna be going later in a couple of months or whatever next year, just wait. Like you can find something better probably for cheaper, is what I would say if you're only purchasing online. But if you're in Japan, go ham, just buy it. So okay, that's it for today's video. So I hope I was able to give a balanced view of the products, and essentially just because the product says that it doesn't have this, it doesn't mean that it's 100% gonna suit your skin and that there's like no chance of it like irritating you ever. Because remember, at the end of the day, we all skin individuals. What works for me might not work for thee. If you are someone with sensitive skin, please let me know down below what products you use, either be it J Beauty or K Beauty. I know that the Astura AESTURA. Why am I trying to spell? I'll put it up here. This cream was really popular for people with sensitive skin. I don't have sensitive skin, but I tried it and I really liked it. I haven't tried the reformulation, so I don't know how that is. But yeah, if you have any tips or tricks for managing your sensitive skin, please feel free to leave them down below. I'm really looking forward to hearing your comments. And yeah, if anything that I can use maybe for another video and share it with people, yeah, I'm gonna do that. If you like this kind of content, please remember to like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. And as always, I hope you better have a great day. And as always, remember, God bless and be your best.